I serve a far nobler cause than mere profit. Just like my brothers.
But there are herbs, mixtures, and extracts. My guards are proof of this. They were madmen before I found and freed them from the prisons of their own minds.
Do they strike you as proper slaves? Unfit for even the most menial tasks? No. I took them not to sell, but to save. And yet you'd kill us all. For no other reason than it was asked of you.
Everything I did to prepare them for the new world. Stole their food? No. I took possession so that when the lean times came, it might be rationed properly.
How could I finance a war in service to the same god that calls me an abomination?
Not so innocent. Dissident voices cut deep as steel. They disrupt order. In this, I do agree with the Brotherhood.
Freed it, you fool, from the tyranny of faith.
Is it not ancient scrolls that inspire the Crusaders? That fill Salah ad-Din and his men with a sense of righteous fury? Their texts endanger others.
The only difference between your master and I is that he did not want to share.
Destroy the only thing capable of ending the Crusades and creating true peace? Never.
Welcome back to Assassin's Creed and the Templar Cause. We have finished off Tamir, Garnier, Talal, William, and Abul, and are moving on to Majd Addin. Now be prepared, the other members of the Levantine Templars at least had some interesting and somewhat honorable intentions. We're likely not going to find that here. But anyway, today we will be detailing who exactly Majd Addin was before the events of Assassin's Creed, what we see them doing in the game, talk about their motivations in joining the Templars. Okay, without further ado, here we go. Majd Addin's birth year isn't exactly known, but what we do know is that he started off his rise to power as a scribe. He was born with a fire and brimstone outlook when it came to society, and this style helped him capture some of the populace in Jerusalem's poor district. Likely his popularity led him to an alliance with the Saracens. It is unclear how tight this connection actually was, but their overarching control of Jerusalem and his rise to power likely were in collaboration. However, when Saladin is away, Majd Addin will play. As the Third Crusade grew, Majd Addin flexed more and more control over the city, likely not in the fashion that the Saracens wanted, however. At some point in Majd Addin's seizure of control, he learned of the Templar plans and desire to seize Jerusalem. Both sides agreed to work together, and Majd Addin used his Templar backing to further crack down on the city. We find Majd Addin at the peak of their powers. He rules over his portion of the city with an iron fist, imposing strange and strict edicts regarding how people conduct themselves. He flexed his powers in order to shape the city as he saw fit, and even cast people into sham trials and executed them for their crimes. So when Altair enters the city, Majd Addin stands in charge of a city on the edge. Even during the trial, players run across citizens attempting to overthrow him. He proceeds to have them executed as his last act in life. But let's not just take my word here. Let's see his final actions and hear his defense. I'm certain there will be good reasons behind all of this.
Silence! I demand silence! People of Jerusalem, hear me well. I stand here today to deliver a warning. There are malcontents among you. They sow the seeds of discontent, hoping to lead you astray. Tell me, is this what you desire? To be mired in deceit and sin? To live your lives in fear? No, we do not. Never. Then you wish to take action? We do. Fight us. Your devotion pleases me. This evil must be purged. Only then can we hope to be redeemed.
This is not justice!
You've no right to do that! Who do you take?
And all of you stand idle, complicit in this crime.
God curse you all! See how the evil of one man spreads to corrupt others? They sought to instill fear and doubt within you, but I will keep you safe. Here now are four filled with sin. The harlot, the thief, the gambler, the heretic. Let God's judgment be brought down upon them all!
Okay. Pretty repressive stuff. Seems as though his entire platform is rooting out dissent, which is likely why the Templars drafted him. But let's withhold judgment and hear his defense.
No, it had only just begun.
Tell me, what's your part in all of this? Do you intend to defend yourself as the others have and explain away your evil deeds?
The Brotherhood wanted the city. I wanted power. There was an opportunity.
An opportunity to murder innocents.
Not so innocent. Dissident voices cut deep as steel. They disrupt order. In this, I do agree with the Brotherhood.
You'd kill people simply for believing differently than you.
Of course not. I killed them because I could. Because it was fun. Do you know what it feels like to determine another man's fate?
All right.
And did you see the way the people cheered? The way they feared me? I was like a god. You'd have done the same if you could. Such power.
Once perhaps. But then I learned what becomes of those who lift themselves above others.
And what is that?
Here, let me show you.
Okay, so that is horrifying. Yeah, Majd Addin takes a completely different route than all other Templars. Majd Addin is not a hardcore Templar. He is not someone who wishes for peace and control and order. In general, he believes those things are nice, but he only wants one thing: power. Majd Addin links himself to the Templar Cause because they have a good strategy and they are promising him exactly what he wants. He believes they can achieve what they seek, and he wants to be part of the crew in charge. Majd Addin doesn't care for the Holy Land, or has a deep belief that what he is doing is right. He has been ruling with an iron fist because he likes it. He has executed people because it gives him more power, gives him satisfaction, which leaves us with a pretty easy solution here. Majd Addin is just evil. His actions are intolerable, his belief system's horrible, and by far he's the easiest kill in Assassin's Creed. Thanks for watching this episode of Assassin's Creed in the Templar Cause. Next time, we'll be taking on Sibrand.
What am I supposed to see?
This piece of silver cast out Adam and Eve. It turned staves into snakes, parted and closed the Red Sea. Ares used it to start the Trojan War, and with it a poor carpenter turned water into wine.
It seems rather plain for all the power you claim it has. How does it work?
He who holds it commands the hearts and minds of whoever looks upon it, whoever tastes of it, as they say.